This video chronicles my adventure of asking for a speed bump on Grant Street. Seems like it really shouldn't be that complicated of a thing to work through, but the sloppiness and disinterest in the response that I got was just amazing. First things first, I asked about Grant Street, and the response referenced Orchard Street over and over again. However, I followed up and clarified, and I was told that the analysis was actually done for Grant Street. So anywhere you see Orchard Street, I'm going to sloppily write Grant Street over it, just to keep with the spirit of phoning it in and not really caring at all. So initially I was given a bunch of information about why speed bumps and speed humps and speed tables are not effective. But then things started to get weird. I was told that they don't recommend speed bumps when the grade is greater than 8%. The grade on this street is 3.14%, so that doesn't make any sense. Also, I'm not a professional engineer, but Grant Street isn't between Manville and Bedford. Then somehow I was told that Grant Street has the same traffic volume as Great Oak and Academy and these other streets. Now, I'm not a professional engineer, but those streets aren't connected to a parkway. Do they really have the same traffic volume? Related to that, I was told if speed bumps were put in place on Grant Street, that people would just go around the speed bumps on Academy, Great Oak, Orchard, and Guyon. I'm not a professional engineer, but my sophisticated math skills tell me if you want to get onto the parkway, you have to be on a road that connects to the parkway. Then I was told that speed bumps aren't effective where the speed limit's over 30 miles an hour. But guess what? The speed limit is 30 miles an hour. How you could be a supervisor at the DPW and not know this is mind-blowing to me. Then I was told I was probably just imagining the speeding. He didn't have any data. He just said in his experience, most of the time people are wrong. So I did what any giant idiot would do. I went to the street, I measured it with a laser, I figured out how far it was from point A to point B. I captured video of the cars that I thought were speeding. I then calibrated the video with my own car at 30 miles an hour. And then I went back and calculated how fast they were going. I also calculated the approximate error. And I did each comparison manually so that I wasn't just copy and pasting results, which gave me 4 opportunities to validate that I was right. Now, I'm not a professional engineer, so my data probably isn't as important as his feelings, but here's what I found. But what do I know? I just live here and see this every day and have video proof of it. Even before I provided this, he gave himself an out and basically said this is a police enforcement problem, not mine. Again, the attitude that there's nothing that could ever be done about it. But then when he saw the proof, do you know what he did? He took his ball and went home. This is incredibly frustrating because I wasn't just asking for a speed bump. I gave many other options of something that we could do to fix these problems. And the final conclusion was, I will do whatever the hell I want, and you have zero input, really putting a lot of energy into community building and public service. So let's do a quick recap. First, he couldn't get the name of the street right. Then, he couldn't get the grade of the street right. Then, he didn't know the speed limit in his own village. Then, he suggested that people magically teleport around the speed bumps on other streets that aren't connected to the parkway. Then he said I was probably lying about the speed. Then he ignored the evidence. And then he just said, too bad, deal with it. I'm too busy running stupid construction projects in this town that make everybody miserable to deal with your street. With crosswalk signals that are sometimes on, sometimes off. With curbs that jut out so that people hit them over and over again. With lines that are painted so they don't match up. With weird, confusing dotted lines all over the place that don't mean anything to anyone. With areas of the parking lot blocked that confuse people so that they drive the wrong way down a one-way street every single day. And with half-finished stuff just everywhere. I'm too busy mismanaging other things in the town to deal with your problem. If you hate this intersection, just comment on the video and let me know, because I'm going to keep making these. Originally, I was a little concerned that this might irritate somebody and then prevent them from listening to my requests, but now I know they just don't care, so there's no real risk in just airing the dirty laundry in front of everybody, because they're not going to do anything anyway. And to be extra clear, this is not a problem with the people that work at the DPW. This is strictly a management problem. If you don't want to listen to people's ideas, and you don't want to listen to people's problems, maybe public service isn't the place for you.